And more hostages and Palestinian prisoners have been able to reunite with their families as a result of this extended truce. Emotions are running high after a desperate and a seemingly endless wait for the loved ones. The Israelis gathered in large numbers to welcome the release of the fifth group of hostages. They were seen cheering and also holding Israeli flags as vehicles transporting hostages arrived in front of them. The 12 hostages who have been released on the fifth day of the extended truce are currently undergoing a medical checkup after they were handed over by Hamas. After the checkup, they will of course reunite with their families. On the other side, the 30 Palestinian prisoners released by Israel have also been given a hero's welcome. Hundreds of Palestinians, in fact, lined the streets of Ramallah to welcome the prisoners. Many waved the yellow flags of the Fatah and the green banners of Hamas after their release. The prisoners have expressed mixed emotions. They say that though there is joy, they're also filled with extreme pain because of the killings that have taken place in the Gaza Strip.
تضحيات الشهداء اللي مرت من 50 يوم 51 يوم اليوم تتوج بالحرية والانتصار. هاي فرحة ممزوجة بالألم والتضحية وكمان بالفرح والشعور بحتمية النصر. هذا الشعور أكبر من إنه ينوصف وأكبر من إنه ينحكى بهاي اللحظات. بنتمنى إن كل الأسرى يكونوا بهاي اللحظات شعبنا البطل اللي بيستقبلهم من 5 أيام. نتمنى هاي الهدنة تمتد لوقف إطلاق النار بشكل كامل ونتمنى حرية شعبنا البطل.
The youngest prisoner to be released in this lot is a 14-year-old. These are the visuals of an extremely emotional reunion, as this 14-year-old boy had been picked up by the Israeli military and had been held in an Israeli prison, returned back to his home in Jerusalem.
أنا ما سلمتش عليك خلي سلم على ستة. وين أمي؟ وين أمي؟ وين ستير؟ خليه يسلم على الحج يفتح طريق. يفتح طريق خليه سلم على الحج يفتح طريق.
And these are the images of the two Thai nationals who have been set free as part of the latest exchange. They hugged the foreign minister at the medical center in Israel. A total of 19 Thais have been released so far since the beginning of the ceasefire. Meanwhile, the kin of the hostages who are still in the Gaza Strip are demanding for their immediate release. They're not letting their pressure go off from the Netanyahu government. They're demanding for accountability in terms of what Netanyahu is doing. Hundreds demonstrated ahead of the release of the latest batch of hostages, and they've urged the Netanyahu government to keep its priority on bringing the hostages back.
We want to pressure the government to release not only the children, also the children, but their parents are still kidnapped. There are young people, there are young soldiers, people who are innocent who were in this party and now they're kidnapped and we don't know if they're dead or alive. We have to have them home as soon as possible.
The hostages who still have not been released include an infant who's just 10 months old. The baby has been named as Kafir Bibas, who was the youngest of about 30 children who were taken hostage by Hamas. Though several women and children have been released as part of this deal, he's still being held captive. The baby alongside his family has reportedly been handed over to another militant group, escalating the concerns of their safety.
it's like the Schindler List. We are waiting to see who's gonna survive, who's not. And unfortunately, we're speaking about my cousin Shiri and the two little kids. That Ariel is only 4 years old, and Kfir is now about 10.5 months old. He's 15, almost 15% of his life is in prison. It's not prison.
The people are rallying with the relatives of the 10-month-old. They're calling for his immediate release.
מה עשה התינוק הזה? מה עשה אריאל אח שלו בן 4? מה, הוא קם בבוקר לחגיגת שמחת תורה? זה כל החטא שלו? כל החטא שלו זה שהוא רוצה לחגוג חג יהודי? בגלל שהוא יהודי?
Meanwhile, after the ex-CEO Elon Musk received a symbolic dog tag from the father of an Israeli who was taken captive by Hamas, Hamas's senior representatives in Lebanon have now invited Elon Musk to visit the Gaza Strip.
وهنا لا بد من الإشارة إلى أن التضليل والكذب الذي يمارسه الساسة في الإدارة الأمريكية وبعض الدول الغربية وتتساوق معه وسائل الإعلام الأمريكية والغربية بشكل ممنهج سيعمق حالة نشر الكراهية وعدم الاستقرار في العالم، وهم هؤلاء الساسة يتحملون مسؤوليته ونتائجه.
Now remember, Elon Musk is presently on a visit to Israel after being criticized for what were dubbed as anti-Jewish posts on his social media platform X. Musk has now promised that he will wear the dog tag that he received until all hostages are free. The dog tags prevalent throughout Israel are a symbol of the 240 Gaza hostages being taken by Hamas in the aftermath of the 7th of October attack.
Thank you very much.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.